Hello friends, I'm Rosa, welcome. So, it's almost a new month and that means we are picking out our TBR, or I am technically not picking it out because my jar is going to do that for me. You can't see it right now. I'm going to add a little bit of footage, but a lot of my books are currently wrapped up and I have done a couple of videos where I would just pick numbers from my jar and then unwrap them, but it's been a while since I've just done like a lot of them in a row, or like a big bunch of unwrapping, if you know what I mean. So today we're simply gonna pick numbers from this. I do have like 4 other books, technically an extra 3 that we're also gonna talk about that I am planning on battling my way throughout next month. Was that April? Yes. So I think we're gonna pick 8 total from the jar. That's a very ambitious TBR, but leftovers for the next month is also okay. So I'm gonna choose 8 numbers and I'm gonna go pick them off of the shelf after because I don't want to get up too many times. Okay, so first number is 197. It's one of the newer additions to the bookcase. I think I had a cutoff at 196 and then the next one at 211, so because I've added new books to the bookcase a couple of times. Whoops. Never said I was on a bookbind ban. I'm just saying. Okay, next number is 191. Are we just gonna stick to the 190s? That's a bit weird. A ton of other books still. I'm gonna see if I can get one from the bottom. Okay, let's go with this one. This is teeny 25. I think, yes, 25. You can't see it because the camera is slow at focusing. Then we got ourselves 110. 110. Okay. I have no idea what any of these numbers are, by the way. It would be very amazing if I could remember which book was wrapped up when, but no, I have no idea. Let's go for, I think a lot of the like older numbers are on smaller slips, but I have 70 right here because I think I cut them smaller when I started out. So 3 more. Like this is a huge one, for example, right? But then the one with 25 is smaller. What does it say? 72. Wow, both 70 and 72. Let's see. We have 52, 25 and 52. This is kind of funny. Camera, focus. 52. Yes. And the last one is, I'm not gonna look. One fell out. I felt that. 21. Alright, so somewhat similar numbers, a lot of them. We got 21, 25, 52, 70, 72, 110, 191, and 197. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna pick those off the shelves and we're gonna open them together. So, okay, I'm back. So, I got 7 books. I actually for a second thought I couldn't find number 21, but it wasn't very well hidden. It was just like on the top shelves and at the bottom with a lot of books stacked on top of it. Big hardcover books. Took a little bit of work getting it out, but I got the books. A lot of these are tall hardbacks, so I'm a little bit like, what am I getting myself into? But let's start out with number 21, shall we? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, I know what this is because I can see the title through the paper. Okay. First one is 7 Devils by Elizabeth May and Laura Lamb, which I can't even remember what's about. I have the sequel. It's like literally, no, it's somewhere on that shelf, I think. Isn't it? Yes, it is. I just can't see it. But let's get acquainted with this book together. When loyalty to the Empire is programmed from birth, resistance is futile until now. Definitely sci-fi. After Eris faked her death, she thought she had left her old life as Princess Discordia, heir to the galaxy's most ruthless empire, behind. But joining the Novantian Resistance, an organization opposed to the Empire's voracious expansion, throws her right back into the fray. Resistance fighter pilot Chloe has been given a mission. Infiltrate an Empire spaceship ferrying deadly cargo to gain vital intelligence, a task made all the more difficult when she's forced to partner with an old enemy, Princess Discordia herself, Eris. They discover more than they bargained for on the ship. Fugitives with first-hand knowledge of the Empire's inner workings. With this information, these women might just bring the Empire to its knees. But the clock is ticking. Eris's brother Damocles I have no idea. New heir to the throne plans to disrupt a peace summit with the only remaining free alien people, ensuring the Empire's total domination. Unless this band of unlikely rebels stops him, millions will die. So I think there's 7 total. I'm pretty sure. And definitely giving sapphic vibes, sapphic sci-fi. Sounds kind of cool. I remember I was very hyped for it when I ordered it, but I can't really remember much else about it, to be honest. Every war has its heroes. This one has rebels, so pretty cool. Rediscovering my old purchases. Next book. I'm pretty sure I know which one this is. I can also see this is the back of it, and this one makes me slightly nervous. Not that the sci-fi doesn't, because I'm generally not really a sci-fi person, but number 25. Okay, so we have The Black Witch by Laurie Forrest. I can't remember much about this either. This is bought used. It's the first one in a series, YA fantasy. A new Black Witch will rise, her powers vast beyond imagining. Ellerin Gardner is the granddaughter of the last prophesied Black Witch, Carnissa Gardner, who drove back the enemy forces and saved the Gardnerian people during the Realm War. But while she is the absolute spitting image of her famous grandmother, Ellerin is utterly devoid of power in a society that prizes magical ability above all else. When she is granted the opportunity to pursue her lifelong dream of becoming an apothecary, Ellerin joins her brothers at the prestigious Verpax University to embrace a destiny of her own, free from the shadow of her grandmother's legacy. But she soon realizes that the university, which admits all manner of people, including the fire-wielding winged Icarals, the sworn enemies of all Gardnerians, is a treacherous place for the granddaughter of the Black Witch. As evil looms on the horizon and the pressure to live up to her heritage builds, everything Ellerin thought she knew will be challenged and torn away. Her best hope of survival may be among the most unlikely band of misfits, if only she can find the courage to trust those she's been taught to hate and fear. So like a story of growing into your powers, I think, first of all, but also seems like there's a magic school, and maybe she's been taught a few things about a certain kind of people that isn't all correct, if you catch my drift. So, sounds cool. We'll see about it. Next up we have 25, which is a small paperback. A very nice welcome addition to all the very large hardbacks we're reading this month apparently. And ooh, we have A Not So Meet Cute by Megan Quinn, which I have heard good things about this series from Megan Quinn. I've heard that it's very tensiony. I love this. How did you two meet? It's the question I dread. She's like walking around in Beverly Hills trying to find someone to marry, essentially, and then that's when we bumped into each other, and there were no sparks, not even a hint of blossoming love. So I think these books are about a pair of brothers, or like 3 brothers or something. I think it's called the Kane brothers, but I don't really know, so we'll see about it. I'm very, very excited. I remember buying this like ages ago and been kind of tempted to pick it up on Kindle Unlimited as well. Now I don't have to. So, A Not So Meet Cute by Megan Quinn. It's always nice to get like a couple of romances in there, but like not fantasy romances, just romances. They're like a breath of fresh air. Might also add Icebreaker by Hannah Grace to April, but we'll see. We'll see. April is gonna be like super busy, but I'm also gonna be spending a lot of time on buses and plane and cars and train, so like a lot of traveling, and I prefer to read when I travel, so yes, we'll probably get time for it as well. But another tall hardback. This is number 70. Gosh, what is this? I have no idea. Oh, okay. We have Catwoman, Soulstealer by Sarah J. Maas, which I think is the first one in this. Is this? I think I bought this new. Oh, used. Why is it definitely not been opened? But anyway. Not that I'm complaining, I'm just confused. Anyway, but I think this is the first one in the DC Icons. However, I might be wrong. There might be another one. I only have this, and I think also the Wonder Woman one, but I'm not really sure that I do. Which tells me I have a lot of books. Like that in itself, that I can't remember if I have it, just goes to show that I have a lot of books. I will not say too many. No, I am just covering my entertainment for the next couple of years, okay? But yeah, so they're like retellings of different characters from the DC universe, and this one is about Catwoman. There's also romance in there, but other than that, I'm not really entirely sure. Selena Kyle is Catwoman, and when the bat's away, the cat will play. Time to see how many lives this cat really has. Collector's edition, poster inside. There's definitely no poster inside of this. Oh yeah, I definitely bought this used, but it's new. Funny how that works. Anyway, they just bought the book and then they took the poster and sold it. That's fine. It's okay, I don't need the poster, but anyway, we're reading this. That's funny. I have had times as well where I've been thinking like, I should definitely read that last Sarah J Maas book that I have not read. Well, and now House of Flame and Shadow is out and I still haven't read that either, so I guess I have 2 books. I'm 2 books behind. We have a small. This doesn't feel like an entirely small. Yeah, it is a short hardback, I think. So this is probably a YA fantasy, but 72. Oh, this is funny. It might be kind of bad because I'm reading you'll see in a sec. We have Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen, which this is the gorgeous Owl Crate edition from a couple of years back with gilded edges as well and some end pages and stuff. But while this is about mermaids, I think, I do have another book that is somewhat in a similar vein as this one that we're reading with the book club. Anyway, a way to survive, a way to serve, a way to save. Simi prayed to the gods once. Now she serves them as Mami Wata, a mermaid, collecting the souls of those who die at sea and blessing their journeys back home. But when a living boy is thrown overboard, Simi does the unthinkable. She saves his life, going against an ancient decree, and punishment awaits those who dare to defy it. To protect the other Mamiwata, Simi must journey to the Supreme Creator to make amends, but all is not as it seems. There's the boy she rescued who knows more than he should, and something is shadowing Simi, something that would rather see her fail. Danger lurks at every turn, and as Simi draws closer, she must brave vengeful gods, treacherous lands, and legendary creatures, because if she doesn't, then she risks not just the fate of all Mamiwata, but also the world as she knows it. So definitely some hints of The Little Mermaid in there, but I think this is also, oh, I forgot what, and it doesn't say. Does it say, is there a letter in here? No, but there is a signature. But it is inspired by mythology. I want to say, yeah, it's somewhere in Africa. West African mythology or something like that. So, yes. We got Skin of the Sea. I'm a little bit nervous about anything that's too YA these days because I generally don't really read a lot of it these days. But I guess I'm gonna have to get over that fear because we're apparently reading a lot of it in April. We have number 110, which we'll see what this is because I have no idea. I can't see it. Nope, I really can't see it. Sometimes I like to guess through the paper if I can see the title so I don't get too surprised. I'm terrible, I know. Oh, we got an old, or not old, it's just a previously very, very hyped book on TikTok. The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, which is the first one in the Dreamland Billionaires series. Yeah, so do I know exactly what this is about? A guy who owns like entertainment parks and he's hiring someone. Yeah, he's hiring someone to like make a ride there or something, a decoration maybe. But they don't really get along and he's a bit of an ass and stuff. So I'm in the business of creating fairy tales, production companies, 5-star hotels, theme parks, everything can be mine if I renovate Dreamland. Hiring Sarah was a great plan until I fell for her. By the time I realized where I went wrong, it was too late. People like me don't get happy endings, not when we're destined to ruin them. I feel like you sound like you're very, very sorry for yourself. And then Sarah. After submitting a drunk proposal, criticizing Dreamland's most expensive ride, I should have been fired. Instead, Rowan Kane offered me a dream job. The catch? I had to work for the most difficult boss I'd ever met. Rowan was rude and completely off limits, but my heart didn't care. At least not until I discovered his secret. It was time to teach the billionaire that money couldn't fix everything, especially not us. Oh, there's a playlist. Cool. Very nice. We'll see about it. We'll see about it. I think I heard that the sequel, which is Terms and Conditions, is a little bit better than this one, but we'll see about that as well. So we have an adult romance. Another one, but not so much rom-com-y, more romance instead. I don't know how to... Rom-coms are just different from, you know, they're different. Another, this is a very thin one as well, but another small paperback. number 191, so second last book. Oh, we're entering like old, it's not old, it's from the Zeros, I think. Copyright, yeah, first published in 2006, but this is Mooncalled by Patricia Briggs, and think like Zeros, paranormal romance vibes. That's what this is, and I'm so excited. Mercy Thompson. Yeah, it's the first one in the Mercy Thompson series. I'm so excited to be reading one of these series because, listen, like, True Blood is my jam. True Blood. I love True Blood. So those are based on the Sookie Stackhouse novels. They're literally right behind the camera right now. I just love that vibe. It's kind of trashy, and I say that with adoration. I love this kind of, I love it. So, mechanic shapeshifter fighter. Her next door neighbor is an alpha werewolf. This is the vibe. Like, yes. We're gonna have some fun with this one. I have a couple of other Zeros, supernatural or paranormal romances as well that are wrapped up at the moment. But I also think this is a very, very long series, actually, which makes me kind of nervous. But I've also heard many, many good things about this series. I would just like to know how many there are. Mooncalled, Bloodbound, Iron-Kissed, Bone-Crossed, Silverborn, River-Marked, Frostburned, Nightbroken, Fire-Touched, Silence Fallen. That's a lot. What is that, 10? It's 10. It's 10 books. What am I getting myself into? We're gonna have fun with this one. Yes. And then lastly, we have, and I can see what this is. So, I can see. And it's fitting because the sequel just came out. And in the next book haul, which I might record today, I'm actually going to talk a little bit about, or I got 2 editions of this one. So they're going to be introduced to my collection today as well. So it's very fitting that I'm reading this one. Because we have The Stolen Heir by Holly Black. This is YA that I do know that I like, because I loved the Cruel Prince trilogy. But this follows Oak, I think his name is, right? Oak? Yes. Who is her little brother, kind of. Her little brother, yeah, he's her little brother. And it's hard to explain exactly what's happened to him if you haven't read that trilogy. But I don't actually know exactly what this is about other than it's about him. But it says, a runaway queen, a reluctant prince, and a quest that may destroy them both. I do think that she as well was introduced in the 3rd book in the Cruel Prince series, so you have met her already, and I'm excited. I've been wanting to find this on my bookcases for a while, especially since I got my hands on the sequel as well, and it's nice to now just have it unwrapped. I've actually been, we're going to talk a little bit about this before showing the last books, but I've been very tempted to unwrap all my books and then just do like book titles, because I miss seeing the spines so much. So, also because that would mean I could include all the books that I have on my iPad on Kindle as well. And if I ever feel like reading a new book, or not a new book, but like just randomly pick one, but it turns out that I actually don't really want that one, I can always put the name back and then pick another name. I'm just an indecisive mood reader, which is a bit of a pain sometimes, and the wrapped up books don't necessarily help with that, so I've been tempted to do that instead. But it does mean no more wrapped books on my bookcases. So we'll see though. I have a couple of book club books that we're going to talk about. So our primary pick is This Woven Kingdom by Tada Murphy. Also YA fantasy. I'm very excited for this one. The trilogy was just, I think it's a trilogy at least. It was just ended. Otherwise, the 3rd book just came out. I don't know if there's anything else after that. But this is about the heir to a Jinn kingdom who is working for, they don't know that she's the heir, by the way, but she's working for the current, or in like the current palace where the royal family lives that basically like took over her kingdom, and her and the crown prince are kind of having like a thing. So other than that, I don't really know. This is also the Illumicrate edition, by the way. I'll be reading it on my Kindle because I am not ruining this edition. It's stunning and she deserves to be in pristine condition. So, but we're reading that as the primary pick. The secondary pick is Spark of the Everflame. I forgot what the author's name is, so hold on a minute. By Penn Cole. And it's the first one in what I believe is a quartet, so 4 books total. Very classic romantasy. Heard lovely things about this series. Do I really know what it's about though? No, not really. But sometimes when it comes to romantasy, that's actually how I prefer it. I just kind of don't really want to know. So, but I'm very excited to go into the series, because I've heard lovely, lovely things about it. Then we have a massive read-along going on as well. And I'm currently on another book, but when April starts, I'm gonna be on this one, and then 4 books following. So we are reading Throne of Glass, but like 1 book per week, except from Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms will be spread out over 2 weeks. It's very optimistic, I know. Yes. But I know that I can do this. I know that as soon as I get finished with Assassin's Blade, I am gonna rush through the rest of the books or fly through them, because that's just what I do. So I'm gonna try to do my best to pace it so I only read 1 book a week, except from Tower of Dawn, not Tower and Dawn, and Empire of Storms. But 1st of April, we're starting with Crown of Midnight, and then Heir of Fire, then following, oh gosh, it's actually maybe half of that read. Yeah, Queen of Shadows, and then like half of Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn, and that'll be April. And then when May starts, we take the second half of Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. No, because April is not just 4 weeks. It's fine. You get what I mean, okay? You get it. It's fine. You understand. And then lastly, Kingdom of Ash. So it's needed. It just, yes, it is what it is. We'll be reading a lot of Throne of Glass, and I'm so excited because I love this series so much. And then another one that also started here in March is Sing Me to Sleep by Gabby Burden, which I believe is kind of like, this is where it's funny because water. This is a siren though, not a mermaid, but it is kind of like in a similar water. It's like reading 2 pirate books during the same month, you know? But not in the same series. But Sharshay Sarkova survives on secrets. As the last siren in her kingdom, she can sing any man to an early grave, but her very existence is illegal, and if her true identity were ever discovered, it would be her life on the line. So she works as like a bodyguard for the crown prince, and then at night she is, what is it? Yeah, at night she's basically doing her thing as a siren, but then during the day she works as a bodyguard for the crown prince, and the 2 of them are getting closer, and her secrets are rising to the surface, if you will, and she's risking exposure and all of that. So I think this is a series. I think I'm going to be reading this on Kindle though, because I have an arc that I've not read yet, and I feel bad, so we'll be reading that, but that's also YA fantasy. A lot of YA fantasy this month. But anyway, if you want to check out any of the books, I will make sure to be leaving links to them in the description box down below, both to Amazon but also Waterstones, so you can go check them out if you want to. If you've read any of the books, let me know your thoughts on them down below. I would love to hear you out. But that is all I got for you guys today, so I hope you enjoyed this TBR video. This is a very, very optimistic TBR, but that is fine. Well, we're just gonna have to deal. I hope you all enjoyed it though. If you did, feel free to hit the thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this from me, but also all the other booktube stuff, definitely consider sticking around by clicking on the subscribe button. However, I'm gonna leave you to it now, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye! Oh, you know, you're beautiful.